the reasons we like spectator sports is because it connects us with one another. Many of us move around the country, around the region. We don't rely on the traditional ways of connecting through church or social or service clubs or schools, but we do connect through sports. Following a team gives us something in common, something bigger than ourselves, something that makes us feel better, except for this year, of course. That'll get better. Our stadiums are our secular churches. Ed McMichael was the church music for Seattle sports. After writing about him last week in the PI, I gained a new appreciation for his music and the deeper connection that Ed made for all of us. Dozens of readers wrote me to tell me their encounters with Ed. They were poignant, they were hilarious, but one thing that seemed to be a theme through all of that is that once they engaged with Ed, he remembered them. And he remembered their songs, because everyone asked Ed to play their favorite song, be it the theme from Gilligan's Island or Flight of the Valkyries. I even heard earlier tonight that the tuba ensemble out here playing something from Carmina Burana, which is another classical music tune that has absolutely no connection with the tuba or sports, but was indeed wonderful. It's a small thing about remembering your name and your songs, but it seems like it's important. You may have been one of the 60,000 people in this stadium for a Seahawks game, but if Ed said hello to you because he'd met you before, you might remember that just as much as you might remember anything that happened in the game. Again, especially this year. It was a little bit like the old theme from the Cheers TV show, where everyone knows your name. That doesn't really happen very much anymore because we're in the big city and we're in the big sports event, and even though we're all cheering at once, it's kind of nice to be remembered just for who you are and for the fact that you bothered to stop and chat up Ed. Ed had a unique ability, I think. Ed said funny things, and he also said things funny. There's a difference, and he mastered them both. A remarkable achievement. Putting money in his case was the easiest money I have ever spent. Tuba Man connected with me, with you, and he connects tonight with these thoughts, these photos.
To be here on behalf of Pacific Northwest Ballet, Seattle Opera, McCall Hall, and especially McCall Hall's great ushering staff. I became friendly with Ed, or Edzo, as I became to call him familiarly, whenever we were lucky enough to secure his services for the evening. When his first note was played at around 5 p.m., a note which all of us could hear in the box office, the promise of a great night of ballet was now official. Ed would frequently ask me for a ticket, was given one by patrons who had an extra, and he would come in to see the show. As house manager, my only request was for him to remove his impossible hat, in deference to the people sitting behind him. On more than one occasion, I would give Ed a ticket in the upper box so he could get a commanding view of the orchestra in the pit below. And at the top of the show, as I stood at the pit wall, I would look up at him, and he would literally be on the edge of his seat, eager as a child on his first day of school. It was very special for all of us to be able to give Ed these moments. And at the end of the night, as I sat in the otherwise empty box office writing my report detailing the events of the evening, Ed would remain on the empty promenade outside in the rain, after all of the patrons, dancers, and staff had left, playing his tuba to no one in particular. I like to think that he was keeping me company. The train guys are blowing their horns for him now. With his unique bleedings on the trumpet, while I toiled away at a keyboard inside. When I left each night, turning out the lights and locking up the building, Ed would ask in his unmistakable baritone, "John, do you want to be a part of it tonight?" This statement was part of the genius of Ed. As if contributing to Ed's effort, one was not only being a part of Ed's life, but being a part of something much larger, something almost unattainable. "Sure, Ed," I'd say. And then I'd give what I could out of my pocket and help him gather up his stuff and put it on the cart. We'd chat for a while and then go our separate ways. "Thanks for being a part of it. Good night, John," Ed would say. And I'd turn and say, "Good night, Ed." Good night, Ed. And thank you for being a big part of this city. We're all going to miss you.
I'll go over here and you can use this one. You want to do that?
Yes.
You knew, when was the first time you met Tuba Man, Richard?
1989,
And where was it?
somewhere on Seattle streets.
Yeah, and kind of give me the scenario. What was your relationship with Tuba Man?
Playing duet.
Yeah, and how did that work out for everybody?
I'm fine until I can't say it.
You have to be nice tonight, don't
Yes.
you? Yeah, uh-huh. And that's not easy for you, is it?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I play piano, but I play trumpet and three corner, used to.
Yeah.
I give up nearly 5 years ago.
Well, and then of course, remember, this is Tuba's memorial tonight.
I know.
You know, and there will come a day, but tonight we're honoring Tuba Man. So, do you recall specifically how many times you played your duet with Tuba?
A lot of time is mainly in 1990 and 1991. There's a song like Washington Post March of Mozart, alphabet, I mean not alphabet, dance and music, the dancing alphabet from alphabet, there was even the capital production music, high key series. The Tuba Man plays the bassoon part and plays the xylophone part and the trumpet.
Okay, well that's exactly what we're looking for tonight.
Yes.
So, you know, I didn't want to tax you too much and we're limited on time, so I thank you, and thank you for being nice and polite. That's nice.
Thank you, and I want to thank Hall Mountain King and a great piano concerto, kind of jazz up for tuba and trumpet.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get a hug from Tuba Man?
Not interested.
No. All right. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Okay, you can sit down now. Thank you.